everybody, and welcome back to the Taste Buds podcast, episode 13. We're so happy to have you all here. Kelsey,
Yay.
how you doing?
I'm doing good. I went skiing this weekend and my whole body is just like so sore, hard to move. Need to do a big stretch sesh.
That'll do it.
But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm feeling good. How about you, April?
I'm doing well too. I feel like this past weekend was just filled with a lot of different family things. My brother-in-law had a bunch of basketball games. He was in a basketball tournament we went to all day Saturday.
Fun.
It was really fun. He killed it. He got gold medal, won all of his games. Very proud of him. So we did that. We had my husband's cousin's birthday, and then yesterday was like a family Super Bowl day. So it was kind of like just a jam-packed family
busy.
weekend. Yeah.
Busy.
I feel like it was all really fun, good things, but I felt like I didn't really get any rest. So I'm running on fumes a little bit going into this week. And for those of you, you obviously wouldn't know this. We're recording this on a Monday. A Monday morning.
A Monday morning little recording. Yeah, it's definitely a sleepy morning. I've been a little bit slow. It's also Valentine's Day. Are you doing anything for Valentine's Day?
We are. So I don't know what we're doing though, because Joe's surprising me. So
cute.
It'll be fun. What about you guys?
Also, I said, what are we doing? Just kidding, don't tell me. And so I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Yes. Hopefully it's fun. I'm sure it will be.
Better not mess it up. I'm just kidding.
I know. Oh, all right. So the theme of this week is detoxes and cleanses.
I feel like we're both really kind of loopy this morning.
Oh yeah, really, really out of it for sure. So
bear with us.
Don't come at us. We're doing our best today. All right. So
detoxes and cleanses. This is another short and sweet episode. It'll be 20 to 30 minutes long, and we're just going to be talking all things detoxes and cleanses and just answering your burning nutrition questions surrounding and regarding these two topics, which is such an important topic to discuss in the realm of nutrition because they're so prevalent everywhere.
It's nuts that it's such an important topic. It really shouldn't be. But so many people have questions about it. Mm-hmm. So many people have thought about doing it. And we're here to kind of talk about those things and answer some of those questions.
Dive in.
Yes. All right, April. So, question, or do you want to answer the first question?
I will answer the first question.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Why do people think juice cleanses work? Do they actually help with weight loss?
Wonderful question. I just feel like our listeners are just, they ask the best questions. So this is such a great question. And just to answer the first part, why do people think juice cleanses work? I think the answer is twofold. I think part of it is just lack of education in general. The general population just not knowing enough about nutrition and how our bodies work, which is to no fault of anybody, because obviously if you're not immersed in the world of nutrition, this isn't your profession, you may not understand why a juice cleanse may not work. And then I think the other part of it is that there are all these people out there who have a huge following or, influencers and things like that, people who talk about how juice cleanses do work, and they also don't have the education, but they do have a large audience. So their audience is inclined to believe them because they do have such a large audience and they speak with such confidence. So I think it's kind of a combo of the two of those. So I think that's why a lot of people think juice cleanses do work. The next question is, do they actually help with weight loss? And the answer is also twofold. I mean, if you were to go on a juice cleanse for a long time, yes, you would lose weight, but there's a huge difference between losing weight in a healthy manner and losing it in an unhealthy manner. And to go on a juice cleanse to lose weight is a very unhealthy way to lose weight for a number of reasons. First, you're drastically depriving your body of the calories that it needs. So to lose weight so quickly, you really are at risk of becoming malnourished, which is something we actually diagnose people with in the hospital because it's a dangerous thing. You're not getting enough macronutrients in, you're not getting the the micronutrients in that you need. You're not getting any protein. You're not getting any fat in there. So it's really very dangerous to deprive your body of all these really important things, the micronutrients and calories. So yes, for all intents and purposes, they do help people lose weight, but 100% I do not recommend them as a weight loss venue.
Yeah. And
Avenue.
just to follow up on that too, anything that you can't do forever won't work.
100%.
So this kind of thing, you know, it's just not sustainable. And again, anything you can't do that's not sustainable will usually put you back to where you started. And sometimes even more so. More, you know, a lot of people, 97% of people try to go on whatever diet it is. It's not sustainable. They gain the weight back, and usually even more so because their body's in protective mode. So keeping that in mind, like these quick fixes, these magic wands for weight loss and perfect, all of a sudden everything's amazing. It's not going to last for very long because it is just that. It's a quick fix. It's not a long-term sustainable change that's actually going to help you later down the line.
I love that you pointed that out. And, you know, I think I like to compare these types of diets, these quick fixes with, you know, performing a quick fix on your car or your plumbing. You know, duct tape around your plumbing is not going to work. You know, duct tape, using that to fix your car is not going to work. You know, you want a professional, you want someone to actually come and fix it. Yes, it may cost a little more. Yes, it may take some more time because you have to drop your car off, but at the end of the day, your car will actually run efficiently and with that longevity. And same thing with your plumbing too. So
yeah,
I think it's similar to that. You know, you wouldn't quick fix other things. Why should you quick fix yourself or try to?
Definitely 100%.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Do juice cleanses have an effect on pre-existing medical conditions?
Yes, but not always positive. I
Yeah.
can imagine a lot of negative effects that juice cleanses would have on pre-existing conditions. Positive effects, honestly,
I can't
none
think
that
of
I can
any.
really think of. Like, if you have, no, I don't know. Like, I think honestly, like we always say, that balanced meal, that balanced lifestyle will help you so much more in the long run than a quick juice cleanse. Yeah, I mean, negative effects, if you are diabetic or you have blood sugar issues, whew, you're gonna go through a lot of issues with the juice cleanse. If you have any deficiencies, or you are gonna, you'll probably end up with a deficiency if you do a juice cleanse for a long time, because again, you're gonna miss out on a lot of those other nutrients that you need. Juice cleanses, I wouldn't say are great for gut health issues. You're no fiber, you got no fiber going on in there, you need that. So there's a lot of things that you're actually excluding when you're on this juice cleanse that can detriment a pre-existing condition. I'm like at a loss for positive benefits.
No,
I mean, you're getting a lot of nutrients. That's one thing. You probably will get a lot of micronutrients, but you're going to be missing out on so much other stuff.
And only specific micronutrients too.
Yeah.
You know, there are some that you won't even get because you're just focusing on fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. Like, you won't be getting much iron. You won't be getting very much, a lot of things like B vitamins, things like that. You'll be getting a lot of vitamin C.
And I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I would go as far to say that if you have a pre-existing medical condition, it's even more dangerous for you to go on a juice cleanse than it is if you do not have one, because you're at more risk of developing issues and because you do have that pre-existing condition. So I 100% would recommend against it, really, in any setting, but stress it even more if you do have a pre-existing condition, you know, and that sort of thing. It can be really, really dangerous.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Okay, next question.
What is the difference between a detox and a cleanse?
There really is no difference. They're just two words that are used to describe essentially the same thing, and just basically give the impression that we have the ability as humans to detox our bodies by drinking juice, but that literally, or cleanse it by drinking juice. I mean, it's just not possible. It just, that's not how our bodies operate. That's not how they work. We have pre-existing organs that do that for us. We have our kidneys, GI tract, we have our liver, we have all these different organs that detox for us. The liver, I feel like that's the big one that we all think of when we think of, drinking alcohol. Our liver is there to take out the toxins. We have these pre-existing organs to do that for us. When you're drinking juice, you're not, or whatever it is, usually it's juice in the juice cleanse or the detox, or you're not doing anything besides just depriving your body of what it needs and causing further issues.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on the same page. Like, I kind of think that people put them in the same box. They pretty much are the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there is this like societal idea. It kind of goes with the diet culture of like having a clean body, must
Mm-hmm.
eat clean foods. Everything, my body is a temple. I am so pure. And it's like, why, like the food that goes into your body, hate to break it to you, all turns into the same thing. It's going to be glucose, fat, protein. You got 3 options. There's micronutrients in there. That's great. That helps. But honestly, every single thing you eat is going to turn into 3 things. And all those 3 things turn into one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like ATP, which is just energy. So they all, no matter what you eat, no matter where it comes from, turns into the exact same thing in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this like clean, blah, 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 whatever it is, like it's all going to go to the same place, macronutrient wise. Sure, we can get into like the additives, preservatives, micronutrients, all of that side of things. That's a discussion for another day. But like all of this idea of like, I must have only fruit. Why? Like, and you're missing out on all these other things.
Exactly. And if you really think about it, I mean, how many times we've seen diets out there that say you can't eat certain fruits? I mean, if you're seeing anything that's going to an extreme that's telling you can't eat certain foods or certain food groups, or on the flip side, that you should only be eating one or a few food groups and not others, because it's saying the same thing essentially, that's a major red flag.
Yeah.
Big red flag.
Yeah.
But that's a fad diet, and it's only there to just further damage your metabolism and your body, and it should not be followed.
Yes, agreed.
It really does kind of the whole clean eating thing. I get that a lot. A lot of people come up to me and talk to me about clean eating just because I am a dietitian, and I think to no fault of them, of course, because that's just diet culture. That's, putting out this message out there that saying we should be eating clean. But, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
I saw
what does it mean?
This reel the other day of this other dietitian on Instagram, and she made a reel, and the caption was how to eat clean. And she took an apple and put soap on it and washed the apple and rinsed it off. And she's like, that's how you eat clean.
There you go. Now it's clean. It's true though. Like there really is this idea of like my whole diet must be completely this thing. And you're like, that's just not sustainable. It's not going to last you a long time, because you're going to go to a birthday party and there's going to be pizza and cake. And all of a sudden,
that's when the Last Supper syndrome kicks in.
Yeah.
And you black out and you come out of it and you're realizing you ate an entire large pizza and 3 pieces of cake because your body is so deprived and your mind is so deprived. And then you feel guilty and stressed, and it gets into that restrict overeat cycle that we do not want to be in, because it's the worst.
Honestly. Crazy.
Okay.
All right.
We're just blowing through these today.
We are. That's okay.
All right. Shall we go to the last question?
Let's do it.
Oh, am I asking it?
I was like,
so sorry, Kelsey. My bad.
That's okay.
Last question. Do detoxes actually work?
So, to answer this question, I'm actually going to kind of explain what the idea of this detox even comes from.
Yes.
So, the idea of the detox comes from the idea of what you might have heard of before as antioxidants. So, well, there's 2 different things, but one is like from the actual scientific side. There are antioxidants that come from vitamins and a lot of fruits and vegetables. It's also in other foods. There's antioxidants, other foods like nuts and avocado, and well, avocado's a fruit, but like, fish and things like that. There's antioxidants in those too. But a lot of it comes from like vitamins A, C, and E. They come from a lot of fruits and vegetables. So the idea is that these antioxidants, what they do is they target something in your blood called free radicals or toxins. We get these from just like we just get these from living. They can be carcinogens, they can be environmental things. Very, very occasionally they come from food. Very occasionally they come from like nitrates, nitrites, some additives, but again, very, very rarely. They more so come from our environment.
Smoking, things like that.
Smoking, yes, definitely. So things like that. And our body has these antioxidants already. We don't like, it's not like we eat the food and then we have them. Like our body usually has these antioxidants and they can attack these toxins, get rid of them, they neutralize them. So they take off an oxygen and they antioxidize it. So that's the way that it
Science.
works. Science. Fun. And so they neutralize the oxygen and they make it easier for your body to process. That's pretty much it. So the idea is there's all these foods that are really high in antioxidants. Therefore, the more we eat them, the more we can battle these toxins. Mm-hmm. Great. So that's the idea of this like antioxidant detox. However, we do this already. Like we already, like our bodies are good at this. We are built to be able to do that. And eating fruits and vegetables is great. They're awesome to help us do this. But that doesn't mean that we only need to eat fruits and vegetables to do this. So that leads me to my next part of it, which is the other part of this like detox where they're like, well, your liver needs a break, or like your kidneys need a break. They need to detox because they work so hard to work on all these toxins. No, that's like their job. That's what they're there to do. Without that job, they would be pretty useless. Just kidding. They do other stuff too. But that's a major thing that they do. So we don't need to like give our livers a break because that's what they do. So, having that balance, eating those fruits and vegetables, great. Completely stopping the intake of all your other food and just drinking juice, not really helpful in the long run. You're actually decreasing the amount of energy that you're getting, the amount of fiber, the amount of other stuff that you're going to get, which is really, really helpful and going to give you energy to be able to work on these toxins. And instead, you're actually kind of taking away all of that fuel, and you might actually end up on the wrong side of the detox chain if you try to keep doing this, because it's not sustainable. Your body's lacking on energy, and yeah, that's my input.
I love everything you said. You broke that down so well and just like as an easy way to understand for our listeners. So I'm glad you did that, Kelsey. And going on a detox like this is actually going to more likely hinder your body.
Exactly.
Like it's going to cause a lot more issues, and it's going to make it more difficult for your body to fight off these free radicals because it's not getting enough energy.
Yeah.
I think people almost think about detoxes and cleanses like you're cleaning out a drain in your sink. Like, oh, you just pour the fluid down there, it'll clean out all the gunk in your drain and you're good to go. And you like have better flow down your drain. You just do the same thing in our bodies. We drink the juice for a little bit, we clean out the pipes, and we're good to go. But no, that's not how it works. Our bodies are a lot more complex than that, and to deprive them entirely of the amount of energy as well as macro and micronutrients you need puts it at higher risk of these free radicals and not being able to fight them off and on all these other issues. It's just overall no good.
No. Although, okay, and another cleanse, this isn't like a juice cleanse, but have you ever heard of the thing where they like clean out your colon? I cannot imagine a worse thing to do for your gut.
Oh wait, I think we're thinking about something different. Tell me what you're talking about.
It's like a vacuum that they use to clean out your colon.
Oh my god, no, I did not realize that that's okay. I thought you were talking about something else.
I'll tell you what, I'm talking about like backdoor colon cleansing.
What? No, I have not heard of that. That's terrible.
I know. Like, imagine a worse way to just like ruin your gut microbiome.
Give me peace on this Monday morning.
I know. It's when you said cleaning out the pipes, I was like, oh, April. Some people are really cleaning out the pipes.
Like physically cleaning out the pipes. I've never heard of anyone doing that. I know. When you first said cleaning out the colon, I thought you meant like when someone is really constipated and they need to help them out in that arena. But you're talking about
that's different.
Yeah, I was like,
If you need help with that, that's more
fecal
of a medical
impaction,
issue. You
ladies and
figure it out.
gentlemen.
You do not need to be going up and vacuuming your large
Wild.
intestine.
Oh my God, I've never heard of that. Do you know what the procedure is called?
There's a name for it, and I cannot remember. But please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Please do not do that. And look, here's the thing. Here's my final breakdown. Short term, juice cleanse. It's probably going to make you really hungry. You might get agitated. You're probably going to spend a lot of money on a stupid juice. Long term, there can be some issues. It can really mess up your blood sugar. It can really mess up your metabolism. It can really mess up your micronutrient intake.
And macronutrient intake and cause
and gut
it's
issues.
Overall, like, it's very dangerous.
Very bad to do long term.
I
just don't think it's worth it to do it all.
Not at all. And
like having a juice every once in a while is fine. Like enjoy your juice, but keep in mind you can eat it with other things. You don't have to have just juice.
And you should be eating it with other things. You should be eating it, with protein, with fat, with and I think just things like juice cleanses and detoxes, this is a prime example of why nutrition shouldn't be taken lightly and can be really, really dangerous if the wrong advice is given by somebody who's not trained. And I think with nutrition in general, it can be considered as something that's super easy to figure out and, not a big deal. You can mess around with it. It's really not not a big deal at the end of the day. And it really is. And it can have very, very dangerous detrimental effects on your body. I think it was last Friday, I saw this article about an influencer in Texas who was
this.
Yes,
I was going to bring it up
by the state of Texas because she was giving. So medical nutrition therapy is something that only registered dietitians are allowed to address. If you're an influencer, if you're a nutritionist, health coach, you are legally, it's not just would be nice that you're legally not allowed to address medical nutrition therapy. And eating disorders falls within that category, as well as prescribing calories and macronutrients. And this woman was working with people with eating disorders, and she was an influencer, had no training, and she made some of her clients pass out, like, because of her terrible recommendations. It was just horrible. So there's a reason why she's getting sued by the state of Texas. But so just make sure you're getting your information from registered dietitians, not an influencer, not a nutritionist, not a health coach. What are some other names we see out there? Not a wellness coach.
I don't know. Like, I guess that's it.
Yeah, unless they're a registered dietitian or registered dietitian nutritionist, then they're not qualified to be giving you that advice.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
Nope.
Agreed.
Could be very dangerous.
Quite. All right. Well, I think that's all we have to talk about today.
It is. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, rate us,
follow, download, review, everything.
All the words. We appreciate all the feedback.
Yes.
And all the feedback. We appreciate all the ratings and the comments. Any constructive criticism, we love.
And questions. Please ask us questions. We like that too.
We love that. All right, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.